good character on it. At least she's supposed to be. So I fucking pulled for her. And then I pulled on the weapon. Managed to get both already. So that's done. No, I get that. Yeah, I thought it was going to be at 5, but I didn't see anything there for me either. What banner? Oh, look, let's find it, isn't it?
Leave everything on this journey to me.
Down to business.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. He's like not wrong.
Time to go.
The very finally.
Like I got there here, started leveling her about
How's this?
The wind knows me. As one with wind and cloud.
How are you feeling? You okay?
I'm all right. The blade is performed, though he's making every effort to
understand.
persevere. I do not think he can last much longer.
Hey, you know, it's never a choice now. You never use Primo Gems on normal banner.
Strange. Let's keep going.
Because you have to think about the normal banner on the long run. And I mean over the course of the entire game. So that's like years. You can't be wasting Primos on, you know... No, I know. I'm just saying. Yeah, it would be. And it usually is. But that's where you gotta fight that temptation, man. Yeah.
My blade. See no more. Boom. See no more. The very It's my lucky day.
Clouds high. The birds come.
Now this.
No,
Whoa. Something's up with the blade.
I can sense that
Damn.
he cannot hold out much longer. If he...
But what would that do?
I will be careful with it. He also says he's still trying to achieve it.
this guy that I'm playing with right now, it's like part of a quest. Like he's another one that I pulled a ton for and didn't fucking drop for me. It's when I stopped playing. Oof. That's literally on that limit, I'll guaranteed. Yeah. But you start, yeah, your
The wind knows me.
thingy starts before you reach. You know what I mean? Like,
Into the wind.
This isn't over.
The wind knows me. As one with wind and cloud. One with nature.
Are you okay? It looks
Yes,
like the sheen's grown a bit dimmer again.
perhaps this time we'll finally have a
True form? What are you talking about? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy. I've finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be, but regrettably we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinate, the only one who truly understood you.
Huh? What's that?
There they are. Take them down.
Where do they keep coming from? Yup. We can help this.
Don't worry. I'll use my... It's just...
It's my lucky day.
Into the wind.
How's this?
The wind knows me. Into the wind. Falling leaves, adorn my night. One with nature.
You fought way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you.
But in this too, you...
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor and without proper maintenance. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps...
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue. Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the skill, blade, determination, and desire. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power to Tatarigami as a malevolence from the ancient past. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, The part of you driven by
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenome Yuya. But I do not know whether I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination, you were the moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry, from here." How could
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Yeah, that was added. That was added. I think Eula was the first one, actually. I think it was Eula or the one before that. Like, Eula's one of my mains, one of my favorites. But it's when they, before, like with like the first year and a bit of Genshin. No, it's more than that. Because Eula came, I think, was already in Liu, so it must have been like year 2 of Genshin, maybe. The, you used to get one banner and your normal banner, right? You just have like character banners. And then that's when they started adding, because basically there's a set of legendaries in the game that you can pull from the normal banner, and they're good. Like the Wolfstone is really good. But after they started adding, you can still use these weapons with anyone though. Like, no, even though they're intended, it's like a min-max thing. Like, they will perform best when used with that character that they're paired with. But that doesn't mean you have to use it with that character. Does that make sense? Like, anyone who's a Claymore user, you can use it with. In fact, the one I got yesterday
Where are you going, Kazuha?
is like a Claymore for Geo people.
now
I need to
has-
read it a bit more carefully. Where is it? Let me actually see that, actually, now that I mention it. Yeah, she's here. Right, not this, not on this. No, I haven't noticed any of that on Genshin. Like, in Claymores, I've got 4 legendary Claymores. 2 of them are repeats, but I haven't fused them, and I probably won't unless I get more, because they're just, you get more out of it by having, I don't want to be jumping character to character with it, you know what I mean? So, like, as I get more of them, sure, I'll infuse them, but yeah, so she has a weapon. So this Claymore, although it's designed for her, and she does get more out of it because of the little crystal whatevers. But if I were to put this on another Geo Claymore user, and I'm actually not sure if there is one, but creating crystals, which are like crystallized shards, so they give you like a shield when you do reactions. You pick them up and they give you a shield. So when you collect that, you get a damage buff, even if you're not on the field. So yeah, so she would work, like this weapon would work on another. Do you know what I mean? So like, and that's the way all the legendaries are. It's just that their passives that come with the weapons are designed to peak with the character that they're partnered with. You know, that's all it is.
When I touched the hilt for the first time, a bladesmith lay quietly on the bed. His frail face, a newly forged blade lay by his side.
Wow.
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions.
Rihanna! Bring it! Bring the fan! Judgment. This is what I'm going to hit you with.
I said 20 to 30 minutes. Has it been 30 minutes? No.
You said 20, and you're very confident. I'll give you 10 more. If it breaks
Just
between...
died.
Doesn't matter, the timer went. Hand! So you didn't. Let's go. Give me a hand. Are you ready?
You thought.
What? You what?
You said I have 10 more minutes left. You said I have 10 more minutes
Yeah,
left.
but even if it breaks, you're still getting one now. Because it's been the 20. Hey Siri, set timer 9 minutes.
9 minutes.
Go on then. Bugger off.
It just broke.
No. I will test it. Bugger off. You got 9 minutes. No, stupid thing. Are you giving up?
Yes.
Okay, loads of them then. Ready? Give me your hand. Every time I go like that and I hit my hand, you're going to get more. Yeah? Ready? Put your hand there. Put your hand there. Put your hand there, Mariana. You are getting beat. Put your hand there. Put your hand there.
You thought.
What? What'd you say?
I said you saw.
I saw what? Huh?
You saw to my emotions.
I saw to your... What?
Stop.
Let go. If you break this, I'll break you.
Break your skull.
Let go of this.
Ow. Ow.
Naughty. You lied to me. You liar. You're lying.
Ow.
You fucking kidding me?
What are you doing?
You fucking kidding me?
Ow.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. What? You fucking kidding me? Look, don't fucking... Don't... That's it. If you let go...
Give me this right now.
What is wrong with
Should I
you?
do this to your hair and be like,
Stop!
give me it.
Stop!
Okay, just do it. No, not on that side. I could put there.
What's wrong with you?
Sorry. Oh.
Go put... The next time you go for my face, you're gonna regret it. Yeah? Go do the...
Ow.
Go do the snake plate.
Can I not do that after?
No.
Please.
This is your punishment for failing.
Please, Theo.
Okay.
You cut me.
Don't worry, it's just a scratch. You're not gonna die from that.
He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma. No matter how long, all he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith.
So that's the... But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were...
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to... Yes, time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly stuck. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
Vienna?
When I look back at the past, I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such would but darkness and slaughter numb the mind.
Vienna?
Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement, but I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. So, may I ask...
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix!
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And my physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some...
His attitude has... What do you think, Kazuha?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already... Alas, after that, nor have I ever had the chance. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey. The next in a long line of transgressions. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience a true duel between samurai.
Oh?
I will release Ame no Mayuya and restore his consciousness. You must have plenty of reasons to...
Understood. Then let's start...
I see. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, if a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your...
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for...
This reminds Paimon a bit of a... Yep, but still. Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. Successor of...
Successor of Ame...
Honored to cross...
It is my honor.
Time to go. Into the wind. The wind knows me. Wind strike. One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call. Into the wind.
Thank you. Although he appears battered and broken, in your his sense of Savage cruelty has completely faded.
You also fought well. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you.
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor do I have the right to forgive you. It is too late.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not let... I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still... I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes. I too trust Mr. Kaeda.
Thank you. Success.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would... Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want?
I'm not sure.
It's
I am sorry to have troubled you.
a prized Ishin blade. Turned weapon. Considering their forging philosophy. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji from the Bonton Sango detective agent.
Really?
Yes. Badly wounded. And now that Hyuya is back, it seems...
I think I know what you want.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the...
Yes. He said he wants to take
What?
He tells me that he's... I have decided...
You... But... He...
Thank you. Okay. I am ready.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything. You mean...
Yes, the cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
So... That's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions. Only in the final moments, before his
Seems like he really...
the same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see... I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me. Your quest to face the gods, after everything I've seen, perhaps...
Oh,
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever...
wait! Shouldn't we also...
Oh, you're right. And it's also time to give him a...
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanome Yuya should conclude soon. Do not...
Wow, you sure...
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please, take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin. A weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go. The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our...
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well, I can understand. Then let's... However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the shogunate's assistance...
Great.
Where will you travel to next?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now. As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
You must have a whole bunch of questions after our last conversation with Nahida. Paimon was ready to ask her a million more questions, but didn't want to seem too pushy. Like, about these descenders. So, does that just mean people like you who come traveling to Teyvat from someplace else? And as for your brother... so many questions. Let's go find Nahida and see what else we can find out.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's a...
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tataris Suna mystery. When so much remains unexplained.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough with... I want to write my essay on something...
Yes, you came to me. So all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization...
Did one of them just mention Tataris Suna? Is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a... Great! Let's go find...
Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. If only we knew where to find that travel.
Damn. Open beta, it's there, Mario. It's got a price as well. And it's cheaper than it was last time. I think, could be wrong, but I think it had a normal, like, 50 quid. But right now it's 32. What'd you get in the deluxe? What's a morph? Is it a bird? Like a mount? Oh no. Why'd you turn into it? Oh, okay. Kind of get that. No, some of those did not look. Yeah. So the ultimate pack is just costumes. It's just so far away still though, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Oh, it's September. Or at least it was last time I said. Let me go to view product again. Yeah, 12th. Yeah.
Oh, you're...
Hey, what's with that face?
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great... This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of 4...
So what? For the love of... Traveler, I hear you helped many people
Yeah,
a
if I
great
like it,
deal
I'll
and
probably
been
get
to
the-
many places. Would you be able to tell us about
middle one.
Tatarasuna?
I'd rather wait and see. I'm not too big a fan of outfits. You get outfits in the ultimate, from what I can see. Yeah, but like I was gonna say,
chose this area of
yeah, because
research
like
as...
for me, outfits depends how armor works on this. Like, do I actually put it on?
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive for a first read?
Well, fair point. In
Well,
that
you get
case,
500
please ease yourselves in
gruesome.
gently by taking a look at Akaba's...
Let me give you some background. This all started with the but in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy. Apart from the sword maker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a Kabuki Mono.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This Kabuki
Well, you could
Mono
download
lived in
the PC one.
Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards,
You know?
as Akaba...
So first this
Then you can play both.
person goes missing, then a murder happens?
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what...
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand
Oh,
out.
okay.
It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma even back then. Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa.
Wait, so there are two myths?
That's right! What's...
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and some...
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So, basically, this Niwa was a distant... Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara...
The Kaidahara?
Sawada, you left out the...
Oh, yes! Of course! How could I forget? Brace your...
Get to the point,
Weekend.
for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was not a...
Puppet?
Aha! Judging by the looks on...
No! Wyman just meant,
What's that, Mario?
creepy. The way you described it makes it sound...
I agree. It does. But considering...
Oh, and please read my... Sawada was... Oh!
Wait! You're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Akaba... Besides, if...
Good point.
We have some other stuff to do.
All right, thank you.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the ballot. Okay, then even if, after all, we could, if you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees. Ah! Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by over there. It looked like a balladeer. No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Mama's downloading.
Traveler, I'm Nahida. Bad news. We just saw. Did he escape or?
Sure enough.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be laughed at? I know you must have a lot of questions. It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal. A deal?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case...
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still...
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down?
No, it's just it's a legit beta. It's not early.
About you, Nahida? Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment.
Don't you dare try to drive away. As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you, considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come
Can
to
you...
understand more about that.
Are your characters like fixed? It's probably like Elder Scrolls.
The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a surplus. He's a former Harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck.
I would just pick
depending on how the Fatui plan to respond.
US East.
Wait a second. Farmer? You mean...
Yeah.
I take no pleasure in saying...
Sometimes it's you
But
using
my
them.
my Elder
times,
Scrolls is
it's
US
them
East.
using
I
you.
don't got lag.
Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui. And also between
what?
each of the Harbingers.
Oh, okay.
So as long as you have some value... Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings. And you said...
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear. Don't you?
Yeah, obviously! Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right. Then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch. Nahida, are you... Yes.
Damn. That's the way it should be. It's how I was. Also how Pokemon is.
I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit. Yes. As I told you once before,
There's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came...
You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of the amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar.
Exactly! Or what if...
I understand. But how things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all. Our minds have connected several times before. There's a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose lights... As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you, if this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it. It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru...
Paimon's still worried about this.
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly... In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he can't... Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a full... Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great. Prepare yourselves.
Wow. It looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents. I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides, but it is essential that you remain
Fine. Let's call it true.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be, per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you...
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
If there are no further objections, or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Is this a small sap? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow. So this is the... Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now...
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for...
Permission granted.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
Hey, so say we did go running off in here. What would happen? What are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to...
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a
Lesser Lord Kusanal,
Good, we made it.
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
The Balladeer's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must...
The rest is up to you. If you discover...
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Traveler, Paimon. Yes, I've also invited Paimon.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
That's part of it. Plus,
Paimon's never tried this before, so Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladeer's a bit of a walking con...
as I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers. Well done. Smart. So, you made contact with that part of his mind.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns...
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
That's quick.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay.
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and...
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatara Suna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information...
Oh? How interesting.
So the Gese got it...
Well, they guessed right about one thing.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved. Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do.
So...
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me.
Wait! How did you know about that?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making... Huh?
This light. It looks similar to...
Still
the
downloading,
saplings.
Mario.
What could it be?
Anonymous data.
Let me see. says ready to play, because I just put it to download about 15 minutes ago.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with...
Shh. Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace.
Is that so?
Whoa!
I have been in Tatara Suna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatara Suna is a warm, welcoming place, like a giant village. People are, as I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatara Suna, the forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this...
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now, even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working right here alongside us.
You flatter me. From the outset,
So you say, Escher.
My good sir...
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problem? And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the golden feather to Narukami, but that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, what?
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's... Why, Mr. Neil...
Enough, Ash. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk... I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death.
Judging from the look in your eyes...
Drop the act. We're past that now. Whoever you are, I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you finish...
You...
You're a little... I thought I'd disguise myself exceptionally well. At least for the first few days. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, and yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity.
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person,
Jonah.
but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out.
It's no trouble at all. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity.
The Fatui?
Just to create a...
That's it. That's why you...
Look how even the righteous soul is fit. My device functions precisely as you say.
It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet...
If you give him my heart, he has nothing to prove to anyone.
What a beautiful way to see the world. Think of me as... I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human, Mr. Niwa? Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner world. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful...
Hey!
Dottore. Good.
Was that... But... Why did we...
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind.
Maybe so.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. You know very well what that means.
I'm not gonna lie, we're not far off from that happening.
Let's give him some space.
You know that thing of you put your like name in and it's never spoken? Like that's just a simple, you know.
You need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Yeah, but I mean, I know what you mean. I've seen that one before as well. But I mean a true one where you put in a name and like a little AI program is just gonna read it out, like proper. Because, like you said, all that is pre-recorded ones, which is different. Do you know what I mean? Like pre-recorded is one thing, but true, you know, like proper.
Nobody has ever
More than
deceived
just
you,
a list that
so
they
now
put.
you have the complete picture. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the ballad. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic answered. Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. The mechanic removed the withered heart from the balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed
Sorry,
an
man, I missed that.
innocent man and pinned everything on the victim?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it was said a long time ago. Just people, it's not even people. It's just Xbox twats like to pretend that it's a Xbox game. It fucking has nothing to do with them. Only reason you can play on Xbox is because it's basically like a PC port to a sub PC port. Like, in all honesty. Oh shit. Can you be one though?
Yes.
But yeah, the Power World thing is they actually signed a contract with Sony for Sony to develop their brand, which means plushies, like everything. Like basically, they want to go Pokemon path. So yeah, it's kind of smart by Sony because they're signing up them. I mean, I'm guessing that somewhere in the future they're just gonna be completely incorporated. Because that kind of partnership, like, usually leads to something. Yeah, they said some of the people were saying that on Xbox it's now the same as PC. Yeah.
Hey, you alright? scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me. It won't.
Hey, are you investigating this?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul...
Huh?
The reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. Did you get all that?
Yes.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from...
Very
good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Huh? What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I shared a secret with you. And now you owe me. So in return, give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. So tell me, in this world... Done.
Huh? What the... What?
Nothing. I was just... So long. I suggest...
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabuki Mono will cease to exist. Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me
Hey! Balladeer!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily...
Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Oh no.
Oh, can you hear me?
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened?
It was the Balladeer's fault.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or...
Where the heck did he go?
Don't be. It's not your fault. We're running out of time. Follow my...
We're out!
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged. I'm sorry, but this is...
An emergency?
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances...
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. He wants to change the past? But surely that's right! You can't just rewrite history. It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Sorry. Paimon accidentally... But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul? succeed, right? There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas? Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But, so... Alright, Paimon will start, and Dre and Chip... Oh! Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon... The Balladeer? Is that a food too? Huh. Weird name, though. What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something? So, the Balladeer is... Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like this is an
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. No. Now there's a question the once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 brands. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Most of the great but fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle, if my memory serves me right.
Oh, yeah, we learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then, too.
In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, there is no harm in telling you. The Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous...
Vengeful?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day. And overseeing it, knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragic. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years... Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan, which he belonged. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unaware. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day.
Was there there anything else you wanted to
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday. My pleasure.
Don't tell Pop. On to the next step. We're here.
Traveler, it's been a while. If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid you're...
Are they out on...
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for...
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else...
We'll be heading in.
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say? Of course, traveler. Yeah, what would you like to know? Oh, they're both very well. As for the commissioner
So pretty much
very...
Well, got any more questions?
You're very Miss Kamisato, I must say. Many things.
All right, goodbye for now. Great. Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry.
All right.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything...
Very well.
Well, here we are.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the trap?
Xavier, what are you doing?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area.
We have some questions and thought you might be able to...
Certainly do. If there's anything you want to know, just like the back. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. Oh, well, it's a I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and...
A couple?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier?
Oh, I didn't realize you two were...
Me neither. Paimon doesn't...
What brought this on? Did you just... Sure, go ahead. A kabuki mono? I do know the word. Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I... Of course! Oh, you're farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure, keep your smile, Spinal Crab. Come on. All right.
Hey, it's them.
Ampai! Sorry, Mary, that's delivery. I'll be right back. Mario?
You're still
I'm
here?
back. Crazy good or crazy bad?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
We have time. What do you want to
Well,
talk to us
why don't you do a little bit of research and see if it's crossplay? No, I mean crossplay in the sense of your account, because some have crossplay, but they're not account transferable. Because if it's account transferable, you know what I mean, then you
Still looking for more info
then
about
you can just
Tatara
whatever
Suna,
you
huh?
want.
Should we join them?
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress. Huh?
I presume you'll want to read mine as...
Yeah.
Well, what do you think?
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time...
What did you find out?
It's a long story.
Wow. So many.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here?
This new information actually lends...
Yes, okay. Point taken. You were right.
That can be a
But
pretty
that
good thing
doesn't
as
mean I
well.
can't carry on with...
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about...
You're welcome. See?
Keep us in the loop if you...
Will do.
It's got to be a cancel button. Did you skip past any... Oh.
Nahida, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting. The Balladeer? You look troubled. Traveler? Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset. That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer. But how is he as the Traveler said? He very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall. Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully... So, you believe this person
It might
really
just be down to a matter of
and we
linking.
just don't remember him because... Well, because he literally changed the... Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. The Traveler
Oh, you could
comes
even
from a
log in
world
with your
beyond
PlayStation
Teyvat.
account.
That's why there's no information about her in Ermin's soul. And it also... So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten... Paimon's having a hard time understanding this spell. I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given.
Blessed.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share? It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died. Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if the story makes sense, the Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the Doctor's help. He was unsuccessful. That power then enabled him to... Yeah, It does make sense. It just feels so hopeless. He can...
Please wait a moment. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that I have a strange way of what is it? A record from a personal collection. You should take a look.
Is this a fairy tale?
I authored this record.
Huh? You wrote a...
When combined with the Traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory.
Hold on. So this record served...
Yes. Any information about the Balladeer or the Kabuki Mono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must...
That's incredible!
And sending the Traveler into Irminsul with the Balladeer must have been a further precaution. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information, but if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story
I would
that
assume
emerges
so.
is the...
It is an MMO.
There was once a lone monster draped in
Or you're
foxfur.
really far behind.
The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night. But the monster soon found solace when another
Just
came
a
to live
beta.
among the foxes. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender, and it could not grow a coat of... Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox...
Excuse me.
The monster gave a heart of water to the kitten, telling him the fire was... The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. How it wished to... I will become the...
You fucking beat it, Mario?
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his wish to become a god. He was experimented on and modified countless times. This memory was that creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted... I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside...
It's hard to believe that Paimon has no memory of him at all.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around.
But this is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, so the answer is not everything. People yearn to find... When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to others.
People been waiting on this one.
This may seem like a pointless endeavor, but never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better... And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nihira's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat?
Good idea. Paimon,
you got it.
Well, it makes sense because New World's coming to PlayStation as well.
Let's go get a snack for one of the...
To be honest, considering the way New World's gameplay works, I'm surprised it wasn't a launch thing. Like, it just made no sense.
All that, but Paimon's always here to help cheer you
Because I remember them saying it was about performance, blah blah blah. But honestly, good New World isn't that much of a like amazingly like that shit would run on a PlayStation. Like, there's no doubt about that. It'll be the Amazon, your Amazon account, basically. How it is, if they have it, yeah. Well, it's not even that. No, it's not even that though, Mario. It's yeah. It's a good thing, Mario. No, it's not. But it'd be surprising if they were like, actually, we are going to carry it over. Then you'd just be pissed. Be like, gotta be fucking Afro man now? Or woman? God, that makes it, that just makes that bad. Afro dude can look good. Afro woman on an anime character. Right, if it's not anime, it's gonna look so weird when you put a helmet on and all kinds of stuff.
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. What is it?
I hope so.
Why'd you jump up?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill.
Like?
Look, here.
Do you know where this is from? Madeira. That's why I got it. Yeah. Go see if Vaughn wants some. So, this is Portuguese.
Hey!
Hmm? You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Look, if you're gonna help out...
I wasn't paying close enough attention. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city.
Who's that guy? You know him or something? He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't... I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you...
No, please.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look.
Leave it to me.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And you don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is...
That's right. We can talk more about that later. First...
Hey, what do we do now? Okay, stay...
Looks good. That's a good looking. See if my one's done. Oh.